Magnitude is 6.6 on the Richter scale. Reports suggest the epicenter is in Afghanistan. That's the piece of breaking news that's coming in. Tremors across the northern part of India, ladies and gentlemen, in Ludhiana, Chandigarh, Delhi NCR region, as well as Jammu and Kashmir. Reports suggest the epicenter is in Afghanistan. For now, the report suggests the magnitude is 6.6 on the Richter scale. Those visuals on your screen where the buildings across North India were shaking for well over 1 minute. People are out on the streets because they are scared that the buildings might collapse. But for now, the tremors have subsided. That's what we're getting from ground zero. The estimated magnitude of this earthquake, ladies and gentlemen, is 6.6 on the Richter scale, and the epicenter was in Afghanistan. But these tremors were felt across North India in Jammu and Kashmir, Chandigarh, Ludhiana, as well as Delhi NCR. I'm joined by my colleague Ishan on the phone line. Ishan, you're reporting from Srinagar. What's the latest from Srinagar? What's the latest in Jammu and Kashmir and the surrounding parts which have felt the tremors from this earthquake that has emerged from Afghanistan?
People started rushing out of their houses. That's what they immediately could do. And then we saw that several people shouting in fear because it was felt in Kashmir strongly, being it close in proximity to Afghanistan, where it is said to be its epicenter is. So yes, there was a violent shake, and then there were some aftershocks that continued for almost around 2 minutes. And that is when people got scared and rushed out of their houses. It has stopped now and people have started going inside their houses. But this has once again, got back that memory of 2005 deadly earthquake which hit Kashmir Valley. Entire North India also feeling this particular earthquake, be it in Delhi NCR, Punjab and other parts of North India as well. This strong, tremors being felt. Remember, it was also in Pakistan, and we're getting reports from Ladakh as well that they also felt these tremors. One has to see that if there is any kind of damage, particularly in the rural areas which are close to Pakistan and Afghanistan borders, because we believe that it was much more towards that part of, world. One has to wait and watch that if the government, swings into action, because there has been a bit of communication breakdown in Kashmir. It could be because of people trying to make desperate phone calls or trying to get in touch with their relatives, asking their well-being. But as of now, several people are complaining that they're unable to get connect through their phones, and one has to see that what measures does the government take to ensure and, make sure that the people who are living close to places and borders with Pakistan, they are safe.
Right. So that's what's coming in from Srinagar, that people were out on the streets for a while and the local mobile network has been overloaded because many people were trying to call their relatives to make sure that they are safe. But that's what's coming in from Srinagar, where these tremors have subsided and there is a sense of calm now. I'm also joined by my colleague Akash on the phone line, who's getting us the latest from the national capital region. Akash, over to you. What's the latest from the ground?
Situation was similar in the national capital, in fact, you see, Ayushman, I live in central Delhi, and in fact, here people were out on streets. First of all, talking about the official data from the National Center of Seismology, so the magnitude was 6.6, and the center was Hindu Kush region. Also, Ayushman, it is important to mention that Delhi lies in seismic zone 4, which is more prone to earthquakes. Also, Delhi experiences these tremors even when these earthquakes occurs in Himalayan ranges or Central Asia. So the area is vulnerable. But as of now, we are learning that no sort of loss or any sort of damage has been reported from Delhi till now. In fact, we are trying to confirm it from the different parts of the national capital. But this is concerning because we have seen a number of earthquakes in the last few months, and we know that how in 2022 we had recorded, in fact, more than a dozen of earthquakes. At that point in time, in fact, several experts raised several sort of security concerns at that time. But as of now, the official data says that 6.6 was the intensity, in fact, the magnitude. The depth was 156 kilometers. And, Afghanistan is the region that is was affected from this particular earthquake, but everything seems safe and sound here in the national capital.
Right. And Akash, before I let you go, as Ishan was pointing out, in Srinagar, the mobile networks have been overloaded. Are we seeing the same thing in the Delhi NCR region? Any reports also coming in of people still out on the streets, or is there a sense of calm now as the tremors have subsided?
People are still out on the streets. It is also because of the security concerns. And, Ayushman, we haven't reported any sort of the particular thing that you are talking about, the overloading of telecom or the signals, in fact. But yes, it is true that, the aftershocks were there. In fact, these aftershocks were there for 2 to 3 minutes. And this is the reason why people, came out on the streets and were concerned. They tried to check with their relatives as well. But everything seems like safe and sound here in the national capital.
Right. Thank you, Akash, for getting us the latest from Ground Zero. So a bit of a scare there, ladies and gentlemen. For over 2 to 3 minutes, those tremors were across the northern part of the country, where, as my colleague in Srinagar was reporting, the entire mobile network was overloaded, but people still out on the streets after feeling the tremors, which emerged from Afghanistan. 6.6 on the Richter scale. That is the magnitude of the quake in Afghanistan. People still on the streets as they still don't feel safe being inside their homes, even as the tremors have subsided. And as my colleagues were reporting, for now, everything is calm in the national capital region. People returning to their homes now as those tremors have subsided. But in Srinagar, people were particularly afraid because the mobile networks got overloaded. But now things seem to be returning back to normal. We'll continue to track all the developments which are coming in.